Way out west, there were these fellas. I want to tell you about them. Their names were Bill and Wally. They called themselves the Dudes. They lived in the city of Angels, Cohoes, New York. I didn't find it to be exactly like that, though. There are some nice folks there. Can't say I seen London. I ain't never been to France.
Neither.
And I ain't never seen no queen in her damn undies,
Nope.
as the feller says. But quite possibly these two are the laziest men in podcasting, which would maybe make
Wally
them
certainly is.
the laziest men worldwide. But sometimes there's a couple men. I lost my train of thought. Oh, hell. I don't introduce you to enough. It's Bill and Wally.
Oh, my God.
We're back.
Wow.
The dude abides.
We're back here on the White Men Can't Pod show, watching The Big Lebowski.
Not a bowling movie.
Definitely a bowling movie.
Okay.
No.
So,
No, it's not.
I was with you 100%, Wally, until the very end of the movie.
Mm.
And then I don't know that I was convinced otherwise, but I was given a moment pause to think about it
Oh.
by the stranger, Sam Elliott.
Oh.
Because at the end of the movie, they are back in the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Per usual, we're not actually seeing any bowling.
Yeah.
No. You see maybe
Little
3
bit.
balls get rolled.
But the movie, whether or not this movie is about bowling, after all the shenanigans of the movie, at the very end, he's sitting at the bar and dude says something to him like, "Oh, what are you here for?" or something. He says, "I wouldn't miss a tournament for anything."
Do we see the tournament?
And then, right at the end, he
Ah.
says, "I really do hope they win this one," or something like that.
Yeah.
So Sam Elliott directs it back at bowling.
Yes.
Do we see any of
They're
that?
about to win the
We
tournament.
see
They're working
none
on it.
of it.
Donnie roll a few balls.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
we see
We see
John Goodman throw
Jesus.
once.
Jesus
We
balls.
see Jesus.
Nobody
Nobody
sexes with the Jesus.
messes with the Jesus?
Yeah. Messes probably would have been your better bet there than sexes.
Nobody sexes the Jesus? Jesus bowls. We get a long sequence of Jesus bowling. And his partner bowls a few times.
This, if I wasn't, as you say, one of the laziest men in podcasting,
Yes, right.
I think someone would do well to put together a quick scene of a bowling match between the Jesus and Bill Murray from Kingpin.
Right. I would
I
love
think
to
you
see
could make
that.
something good out of that on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Well, this is
You
White
could probably
Man.
make a 2-minute video of all the bowling that you see in this movie.
Yeah.
At least.
What about the
Maybe.
dream sequences?
probably
They count
not
as
even.
bowling, right?
No, they
There's
do
not,
not. count.
any bowling in the dream sequence.
No.
He is literally a bowling ball going under all the skirts. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
And he knocks over the pins.
How often do
Doesn't
you throw a
count.
bowling ball under a roll of skirts?
I don't know, never, but he did it in this movie. The help of Julianne Moore. Anyway,
You are convincing me that it is not a bowling movie.
wow, come on.
Thank you.
This is the Big Lebowski, ultimate LA slacker Jeff the Dude Lebowski, mistaken for a millionaire of the same name, seeks restitution for a rug ruined by debt collectors, enlisting his bowling buddies for help while trying to find the millionaire's missing wife. Directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, depending on where you see it. Might just be one of them. Sometimes the other one's uncredited. How'd you first see The Big Lebowski?
This may have been the first time I sat and watched the whole thing in one showing.
Wow.
I saw it. I dabbled with it in college, certainly.
Right.
But I don't know if I've ever sat through the whole thing in one go of it until this time.
Wow.
I probably was the same. I dabbled in college, but then it was another one through the mail with Netflix.
This is also a fun one on when it's edited for TV.
Of course.
My favorite line from the TV is, "That's what happens, Donnie, when you find a stranger in the Alps."
Yes.
Because that is not what he says in the unedited.
That's what happens when you
fuck a
find a
stranger
stranger in the Alps.
in the ass.
That's not Donnie. That's the high school kid they think stole the car.
yeah.
Stole the money.
It's the
I think he says
the little
it to both.
kid.
But, no, you're right. He does say it to the kid.
He tells Donnie to go fuck himself a lot.
He does. He does say it.
Donnie, will you shut the fuck up?
All right. It's time for everyone's favorite game,
Ooh,
the budget game.
I like that.
What did this movie cost to make?
So you got a couple big actors.
Bridges? Goodman?
there. And Donnie.
Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Who's
The
he?
One of the nihilists.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
what
I
about
didn't
the
pick that up, yeah.
the assistant to Lebowski? The
Oh,
What's his name?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
yes,
Yep.
he's big.
I don't think he was at this point, but
Donnie, what's his name? What's Donnie's actual?
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Buscemi.
And the girl.
Tara Reid.
Okay, her, but also the other
Julianne
one.
That's
Moore?
Tara Reid?
Julianne Moore. Yep.
Tara Reid is Bunny.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll go with. Oh God, I don't want to start actually, because now I gotta remember how budgeting works.
What did this movie cost?
What's a good budget? Well, 50 million.
Oh,
That's a lot.
I was gonna say 24 million. I kind of want to say one. I'll say 24 million. That might be an
Yeah.
You're both over.
All right. Let's say 13 million.
Ooh, I was gonna say 12. I'm not now. 15 million.
Oh, you dick.
Ding, ding, ding. You nailed it exactly, Bill.
That's right.
15 million. Estimated 15 million. Now, what did this movie make?
This is interesting because it's
'Cause
a cult classic. But
Yeah, I don't think it was.
What year was it?
critically acclaimed.
1998.
So
Oh, definitely not. I don't think it was critically acclaimed.
I wouldn't have necessarily seen it in theaters at that point because I
No, we
wouldn't
were
have been
too
old
young.
enough. But
Yeah.
I don't remember it being like a big thing at that time.
Okay.
45 million.
Mm.
I'm gonna say this is a little lower, so I don't get end again. I'm gonna say 20 million.
What'd you say? 45?
Yeah.
47 million.
Wow.
Yes.
And
It
some change.
snuck under there.
And some change. They had made Fargo, I think. Cohen's had made Fargo before this, I
Never
think.
saw Fargo.
Oh yeah.
That was a popular
That was
movie.
another one through the mail for me. So
I believe that was a popular movie. So I think they were already like made men in Hollywood at that point.
So that wouldn't have been a huge thing, but it would have been a success. It's a success.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to the eBay war in a second. We'll get started.
Okay.
We get started learning about the fella by the name of Jeff Lebowski. Moreover, the dude. We have the narrator Sam Elliott, who we see in person later. The dude's a hero for the time and place that he's living in. A guy in 90s LA. We see him in a robe buying half and half, which he has already half drank, at the grocery store, Ralph's,
yeah.
With a check.
with a check.
Yep.
That brings us to the eBay wars.
Check for what, like $12, right?
No, it was like
Or
$1.32 or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
Go to the eBay
I
wars.
meant to say 12 cents.
I actually think that this was smart the way it was done too, that they placed it in the 90s so that all the things that are very dated work.
They're
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Like his house phone that he's on, and he always has a Walkman and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense because they specifically like make sure to place it in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right. So, you have your eBay wars ready to go? Is it up? You finding this?
Not yet.
Okay.
My computer's a little slow.
All right.
All right. There.
Oh, is
my
that what the
God.
actual price was at this
Yep.
point?
69 cents for some half and half at Ralph's. So
So-
you write a check to Ralph's. This is a Big Lebowski dude checkbook prop. You can find many recreated props online. This is not the original one.
Uh-huh.
There are
this is just fake.
There's fake driver's licenses. There's fake Ralph's credit cards, or membership cards. There's fake checks. There's a bunch of fake stuff.
Did he have all these squiggles like on the checkbook
I'm
in the
assuming
movie?
so. I don't remember seeing
remember them,
that,
but I
but
would
Yeah.
guess.
I'm assuming yes. Item description: The Big Lebowski, the dude's checkbook prop. This is a great addition to your Lebowski collection if you have one. If you already have Ralph's card, complete your collection with dude's checkbook, as in pictures. One checkbook prop. First page as seen in movie. Second blank as in pictures. See what you get. This is an amazing prop designed by us based on hit movie. Remember, this is not a real checkbook and cannot pass as one neither. This is just a movie prop designed for entertainment only. The items on the screen are not used. I don't know. Ask questions. I'm here to answer them. I ship everywhere. What did a Big Lebowski recreated checkbook cost?
Who's first?
You are, sir.
Five
It is 5.5 right now.
are available. 23 have sold.
Oh damn!
If that
Okay.
helps.
It is 5-5 right now, and you had the lead last, so you still have to go first.
So I would like to say that the price is right there at 69 cents. But I know if I do that, you will say 70. So it'll be tough. I will, and you say there were 5 and 3 have sold?
5 and
23 have sold, 5 are left.
Okay. $12.97.
Interesting.
Oh, god damn it! I'm gonna go with $20.
What'd you say?
$12.97.
You are the winner, Bill. While you're over, $18 flat.
Interesting.
$18 for a fake checkbook.
So what kind of payment plan can I get on for this?
You can get economy shipping,
Okay.
and you can get this by anywhere from Monday, May 15th through Tuesday, May 30th.
Okay. Well
Okay.
over a month away. Perfect.
Yep, right? Just for when you need it.
Yep.
Before I move on, Big Lebowski is returning to theaters. Did you see that? Returning to
somebody
theaters
said- I heard
on
somebody say
420.
Obviously.
Of course.
On 420, it will return to theaters.
For one day.
I think it's like 3 days, but so we see this guy write this check. Back to the movie. Some guys jump him at his house for money, and they say your wife owes us money. The one guy pees on his rug, and he's like, "You got the wrong guy. I don't have a wife
look
or
like-
or money."
I like his line here when he's getting his head slammed into the toilet. He said something like, "Oh, it's down there somewhere. Just keep
Just put me back
Put
in.
me back in there."
I'll find it. We drop the bowling ball and crack the floor, and they run out, realizing that they've attacked the wrong guy. And they're mad at him. That's my favorite part. Is they're like, "What an asshole!"
Yeah.
They're mad at Lebowski for wrongly being assaulted. The rug, it really tied the room together. I like how he's just mad about this rug for the entire movie. He's really mad about his rug.
He just wants a rug.
He just wants a rug back. God damn it. John Goodman, bowling partner, argues with Steve Buscemi, other bowling partner. And
Donnie.
Lebowski's referring to the guy who peed on the carpet as a Chinaman, quote unquote. And John Goodman says, yeah, I understand you're mad, dude, but Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature anymore.
I like that.
Preferred,
Especially when you find out how crazy he is
Yeah,
at the movie.
right.
I like
Yeah.
that he's the one correcting him.
the preferred nomenclature. And then we begin with Donnie not understanding what's going on, half listening because he's more concentrating on bowling, and he just keeps getting yelled at by John Goodman,
Walter.
a.k.a. Walter. You're out of your element, Donnie. The millionaire is the problem. They peed on your fucking rug because of him, so go get the money from him. So Lebowski decides, dude decides to go visit Lebowski's estate.
Wait, so how does he find out about the millionaire? Is it just he?
I think John Goodman tells him, like,
He
this
just knows
is a
of
fucking
this
millionaire with
guy?
the same name.
Oh, okay.
We meet Phyllis Seymour Hoffman as the dickhead butler, and I love him in this. He's so good. Especially, my favorite thing about him is when he refers to Lebowski as Lebowski, but then he's like, "No, call me dude." And then from then on, he does call him dude, and he like translates what
does.
other Lebowski's saying
Yeah.
into like, "Dude, we're really fucked here." Like he just like goes down to his level from here on out. Other Lebowski comes in. He's a bad guy in lots of movies, I think.
Yeah, I forget who he is. but he's definitely
yeah,
a
he
person.
really did look familiar.
He says, "You're a bum just looking for a handout." Jeffrey, and he says, "Actually, I prefer to be called the Dude or El Duderino."
Yeah, he gives him options.
"Are you employed, sir?" "Well, He says, "Well, they brought up your wife, Bunny, and that's when
David Huddleston.
Rich
the Big
Lebowski, the Big Lebowski, flips out and tells him to leave. And then when the butler, Philip Seymour Hoffman, comes back through, he's like, "Oh, what did he say?" He said, "The old man told me to take any rug in the house that I wanted." So he rolls off a random rug, takes it with him. He bumps into Bunny on the outside, and she's painting her nails. And she says to Lebowski, "I'll suck your cock for $1,000. And he's like, okay. And Philip Seymour Hoffman's like, "Ha ha ha, very funny, buddy. Okay, you have to go." And Lebowski, the dude, says, Hold on, I just gotta find a cash machine real quick, and I'll be right back. Donnie and the boys go bowling. Walter brings his dog. And this is a funny little subplot of Walter's been divorced for 5 years from his wife, but still has to watch the dog and still is Jewish. He converted to Judaism because of his wife, got divorced, but remained Jewish.
Yeah, you don't just give it up.
You don't just give it up. It's great. He's got the dog. You brought the dog bowling? It's not taking your fucking turn, dude. I'm not buying it shoes. Smokey, another guy in the bowling league, goes over the line, and Walter flips the fuck out, pulls a gun out on him, and says, "Mark it 0." You stepped over the line, mark it 0. Now this is really weird because bowling, the buzzer goes off if you step over the line.
Well, this is back in the 90s.
You know,
do they have all that fancy
was
stuff?
that stuff there?
Yeah, they definitely did.
You only get buzzed for one frame. You don't lose your whole turn like Smokey does here. But he says mark it 0, pulls a gun and cocks it.
Yep.
Puts a bullet in the
I
chamber.
didn't go over the line. I'm not taking it.
He's like, "Fuck you, mark it 0."
I like how he calls it out, even though they were in the middle of a conversation, not paying attention. Over the line!
You're going to be a world in pain if you don't mark it 0. This is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules. We see them leave, Dude and Walter, and they talk in the car about how much of a dick Walter is. And in the background, you just see the cops running. The cops were called, and the cops go in with guns drawn because they know there's a gun inside, but
They just run right past these guys
they
who
run
are
right past them.
walking out.
I'm a pacifist. Pacifism is not something to hide behind. Take it easy, man. I'm calmer than you are. Calmer than you are.
I'm calmer than you are. Dude.
Walter says, "I'm calmer than you are." We hear so many things in this movie are the answering machine going off. Like, people are calling Lebowski nonstop, calling the dude nonstop, and he's just ignoring them, and we're hearing these messages go over his answering machine. It's Smokey going, "I know it's not your fault, but I'm calling the league office." Then we hear Brandt, Philip Seymour Hoffman, call and say, "We need your help immediately. We have a problem. We think you can help." There's a knock at the door, and this guy, Marty, says, "I need you to come to my dance recital and give me notes, but also you owe rent." So obviously this is how he's avoiding. This is how he's avoiding paying rent. There's more messages from Brandt about how, yes, we understood that we know you took the rug, but don't worry about it. We'll let you keep it, but you got to come and help us out. And so he goes and talks to Big Lebowski, and he says, "What makes a man, in your opinion, dude?" He says, "I don't know, a pair of testicles." He keeps on pontificating, and dude says, "Mind if I do a J real quick?" He rolls a joint in the middle of the conversation. "Bunny's been kidnapped." Bummer, man. "I need you to act as the courier." He thinks the carpet pissers did this? Well, dude, we just don't know. This is when Philip Seymour Hoffman just starts talking to dude normally.
Yep.
So he's going to act as courier. He needs help to figure out what he's going to do. He's going to get paid $20,000 to do this job to help get Bunny back. Then we meet Jesus. Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
Fuck with the Jesus.
Nobody fucks with the Jesus. He rolls. We get a slow motion of him rolling, and then he comes over
His
and
outfit
says,
is
"Purple on
incredible,
purple
too.
on purple on purple
Yeah.
jumpsuit with a purple ball."
Yep.
He says, "You gonna pull your piece on me?" Nobody fucks with the Jesus. You're not gonna pull a gun on me. You're not getting out of this match. Walter says, "That guy's a creep," and dude says, "That creep can roll, though, man." Yeah, but he's a creep. He got caught with 8-year-olds, dude. 8-year-olds.
Jesus Christ.
$20,000 to do the drop. It's gonna be easy money because she kidnapped herself. Bunny just kidnapped herself. We see Jesus and his partner polishing their balls.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful.
Walter starts going into another nom thing where he says, I didn't watch my buddies die face down in the muck. And dude's like, this has nothing to do with nom. It's just like a reoccurring thing. Stop bringing up Vietnam.
Yep.
Jesus said, are you ready to be fucked? Back at the apartment, dude listens to bowling on his headphones when a bunch of people show up over him when he opens his eyes, and he gets knocked out. And he goes into a weird dream sequence where he's like floating above Los Angeles.
So that's what that was? He was knocked out.
Yeah, he gets punched out, and then when he wakes up, he's on the floor still, but he has no rug. It's like, fucking hell, another rug gone.
Is this after he built the thing to keep the door shut?
That's later, I believe. He nails like a piece of wood that he can lean a chair against, and then they just open it and it falls down. He also trips over it at the very end. He trips over his own thing. So he decides to go. He's going to do this drop, and it's the time is now to do the drop. Her life is in your hands. Her life is in your hands, dude. He picks up Walter to help out. Walter says, I've got a ringer. He's got an Uzi and a fake bag with his underwear in it that he can throw over this bridge, and they just keep the $1 million with them. What's in the bag? My dirty undies, dude. The ringer can't look empty. When he answers the phone, you hear them both talking, and the kidnappers are like, who's that? You're supposed to come alone. And he's like, nobody. Hangs up. You fucked it up, Walter. Nothing is fucked. Nothing is fucked. You're being amateurs. You're being very amateurs. You're being very undude. You're being very undude.
Amateurs.
Walter says, "Give me the Uzi." He throws the money out of the moving car, but then drops the Uzi, and it shoots everywhere, and the plan is completely fucked. Mm-hmm. Including it shoots out the tires of the car.
Yep.
A dude's car gets completely destroyed throughout the whole movie. And then when everything's all screwed up and they think this woman's going to die and they lost the money, they say, fuck it, let's go bowling. And while they're bowling, the cell phone rings nonstop. It just keeps ringing and ringing and ringing.
Hey, dude, your phone's ringing.
Donnie. But Lebowski's all sad. He fucked this up. He was supposed to get $20,000. Now he's stuck with a fucked up car and the conscience of maybe this bunny has been killed. What's the problem, dude? The poor slut kidnaps herself. Then Walter just gets completely distracted because the next tournament bowling game is going to be on a Saturday, and he says he doesn't roll on Shabbos, which is the Jewish day of rest.
What's Shabbos, Walter? Walter, what's Shabbos?
I don't.
Donnie's my favorite character.
I don't answer the phone, and I sure as shit don't fucking roll. Well, it's all good because we have $1 million in the trunk. Everything will be fine. And they go outside to get back in the car. Where's your car, dude? Car's gone. Well, it was parked in that handicap zone. Perhaps they towed it. That's what Walter says. Perhaps they towed it. Dude tries to talk to the cops. It doesn't work very well. He says, car was stolen. There were Creedence tapes in there. And a briefcase. What was in the briefcase? My papers, my business papers. What do you do for a job? I'm unemployed. He has business papers. My rug was also stolen.
Oh, separate events?
Separate incidents? The one cop. The other cop doesn't care. Walt Lebowski calls and says, if you're looking
all the while the phone's ringing.
Yeah.
While he's talking to the cops.
Everywhere he is, the phone is always ringing. He answers this time, and it's Ma, or maybe the machine picks up. It's Ma Lebowski, the Big Lebowski's daughter, saying, calling to tell you I took the rug. Please come visit me at my weird-ass art gallery.
Well, that's one mystery down.
So he goes into this weird art gallery, and she is pulled naked on this pulley system, throwing paint at a canvas, which splashes all over him.
It's just rich people doing rich people things.
And he's like,
right.
very confused, and she says she's his Big Lebowski's estranged daughter. Bunny's actually a nymphomaniac. She did porn,
Which makes her an info?
and I guess, and in the porn we see the nihilist. One of the nihilists from the pool is in the porn. The movie's called Log Jammin'. And I love that this is quote mountain material for me. It's probably not quote mountain because there's way better quotes in this movie, but I love this part where they show the porn, Log Jammin' stars. Then the nihilist walks in and he's a cable guy. And Tara Reid, Bunny, is there. And she's like, oh, thanks for coming over to fix the cable. And Julianne Moore fast forwards it, and she's like, and you can imagine what happens from here. Dude says, what, he fixes the cable? She's like, Jeffrey, don't be silly. If you recover the money, we'll give you 10%. Where's the money now? It was in the trunk. If you recover it, we'll give you 10% of what you lost. I'll give you 10%. You need to go see a doctor for your eye that we punched, so go see a doctor. She keeps bringing that up. Like, you need to go see this doctor. Go see this doctor. He gets kind of drunk off White Russians, his drink.
That's what all movie. He's
always drinking a White Russian.
Yeah.
There's one scene where he takes a sip and goes, man, that's a good Caucasian.
Yep.
And then that line makes me laugh every fucking time.
I forgot to say where I saw this movie. Mike Ray showed me this movie.
Of course.
In college. 1,000,000 times.
This, I assume, was one of your Tuesday nights where
it was a Tuesday night
come
thing.
kicking and screaming in the room at 3:30 in the morning when I had 8 o'clock class.
Yep. And I think we watched it one time drinking White Russians. I think we made at least
Mike,
once.
Like once a year, we'd go on a White Russian kick after we watched this movie.
Yep.
Which I will say, I recently did. I had some leftover cream from something I was cooking, and I was like, well, I have to make White Russians with this.
Okay.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Or the other thing I'll do sometimes is I'll make it, I feel like there is a different name for it, but instead of a White Russian, instead of adding cream, add a little Bailey's in there.
I like that.
It's pretty good.
So he's all drunk. He gets in with the limo driver, and I like this. And he's like, I'm fucking A, man. I got a rash. You talking about a rash? I got a rash. And they bullshit the whole way in the limo. He gets out and gets grabbed and put into another limo.
Hey, there's a drink here, man.
It's a beverage here, man.
Yeah,
There's a beverage. They didn't receive the money. Well, we dropped it off. We? Oh, the royal we. Well,
I did.
Listen up, Big Lebowski. New shit has come to light. He keeps saying that to different people. Some new shit has come to light.
I saw an article that talks about how in this movie, most of his lines, including a lot of his like big ones, are actually lines that other people said, and then he just like regurgitates it later.
Yes. He's just copying shit. She kidnapped herself, man. That had not occurred to us, dude. That's what Phyllis Seymour often says. They give him an envelope with a toe in it, and he's all fucked up again. So he goes back to Walter to show him, and Walter's like, "That's not her fucking toe."
They're in a diner.
Yeah,
for this scene.
Showing a toe to each other. That's not a toe. Yo, you want a toe? I can get you a toe by 3:00 this afternoon. He yells so much that the waitress is like, you need to leave. And he's like, no, I don't. I'm going to. First Amendment. First Amendment. I can do whatever I want. I'm finishing this coffee. I'm finishing my coffee. I'm enjoying my coffee. We go back to Big Lebowski smoking pot in his bathtub. Phone ringing
This
still.
is the dude who's smoking, not
Right,
the Big
sorry.
Lebowski.
Dude is smoking pot in the tub. Phone ringing off the hook again. The cops call and say, we got your car. He's very excited. Then the nihilists break into his house and throw a ferret into his bathtub and say that they're going to cut off his dick.
I don't need your sympathy, man. I need Mike Johnson. What do you need that for, dude?
Donnie is so good.
Lebowski, the dude, goes to get his car back from the impound, and it's all fucked up. And he talks to the cop
What's that
there.
smell? Oh, probably a vagrant slept in it. Or just use it for a toilet and moved on.
It's like, good news. Credence tapes are still there. What about my briefcase and papers, man? Oh, yeah, no, they're gone. They're long gone. You have any leads? And the guy just laughs in his face. Yeah, sure. We're bringing 4 more guys onto the case to find out what happened.
They got us working in shifts.
It's great. Back to bowling. Walter says, no one's gonna cut your dick off, dude. He needs another Caucasian, and we meet Sam Elliott, the narrator, who asks for a sarsaparilla.
Got any good sarsaparilla?
A sarsaparilla.
Which I didn't know was an actual beverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a drink.
I just thought it was a made-up word.
I actually would suggest next time you're in a bar,
Yeah.
ask the bartender for a sarsaparilla.
Yeah, see what happens.
See what happens.
See what happens. Or a liquid Viagra. You could do that, too.
No, definitely not.
Don't actually.
Don't actually
Definitely
do
not
that.
that
No,
one.
that's bad.
I've seen that one happen.
Sam Elliott says, I like you, dude, but do you have to cuss so much? And dude
Okay.
says,
Do
what
they-
the fuck are you talking about?
Have it your way, dude.
Do they know each other? Like,
No, he's a
I
stranger.
think they're just bowling friends, you know?
okay.
I mean, his name is a stranger, so I
Yeah.
assume that means they don't know each other.
They're just bowling friends.
Because he says, like, I like your whole whatever. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, I like yours. You got the whole cowboy thing going on.
Maud calls again, says you got to come see me. So he goes and he meets. I always laughed at this guy, the giggling weird guy in her house.
Oh, yeah.
Just like knows everything, but just laughs at everything he says. Turns out the nihilists were in a band together called Autobahn. It's the same guys that fucked with me. And then the phone rings and it's for Maud. I love when she answers the phone. She says, "Oh yes," and she starts speaking Spanish. She goes, "Que ridiculo."
They just start laughing at each other.
Yes.
And he's just like, what the,
What the fuck is happening? Dude gets checked by the doctor, including taking down those pants. Let me check that out real quick.
Which that's
Oh, no,
Dr.
man.
Bernie, co-host.
Oh yeah,
If you remember him back in the day.
yeah. He always.
I have a
check
sore
it.
throat. Pull down pants. What?
We get the Credence tapes in full effect. We get a drunk dude driving around, drinking and driving with a beer, listening to Credence. But he's being followed, and he drops a joint into his crotch and almost sets his crotch on fire. And when he's kind of messing around, he sees a test is shoved into the car seat of the car.
Oh, right. There's
And that's how he finds the kid from high school. But before we do that, we go and see the landlord's play for a minute, which is really weird.
It's a one-man show.
It's a one-man show where he's like crawling around in underwear and leaves and stuff. It's really weird. Walter says he found the guy. It's a 9th grader. He lives over by the In-N-Out.
It's a good burger.
There's a lot of discussion about In-N-Out. Can we go to In-N-Out? No, fuck you, Tawny.
Which they do.
Then
show
they
them where they're
do.
eating it.
They go after this kid. There's a guy in there with an iron lung who's a famous somebody in Hollywood.
a famous author.
And little Larry, who's not so little, comes out. I say, where's the fucking money? Because out in front, there's a brand new Corvette. The sticker's still in the window. So then Walter tries to intimidate little Larry by going outside and using a tire iron to smash up the brand new car. But it's actually the neighbor.
Yep.
It's a different guy who goes and smashes up dude's car. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass.
Are you
Or
watching,
find-
Larry? Are you watching, Larry?
Or find a stranger in the Alps.
That might be my favorite line of the movie. That's what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Yeah.
I do like that. Even on IMDb, that's one of the quotes.
Yes.
They say TV version, but
It's great. No, Walter, it did not look like Larry was about to crack.
that was good.
Jackie Treehorn, the head of the porn company, wants to see dude now. And so he explains how the porn business is struggling and how they're moving to a virtual reality thing. And dude says, well, I still jerk off manually. So he gets
I think this is where he calls it a Caucasian.
Could be. He gets a message Jackie Treehorn gets a message and leaves writing something down on the paper. So dude figures out like, oh, great idea. I can be a spy here. I can go like shade the paper and see what he wrote.
Which is a brilliant for the dude. That's a brilliant idea.
Brilliant move for him.
Yeah.
Well, he does this, and when he draws it with a pencil on the paper, it's just a guy with a giant dick. There's no message. So he's been drugged. So we got more weird dreams where he's in the gutter balls. Saddam Hussein
Right.
rents him a pair of bowling shoes. Then he bowls himself down the alley and looks up a bunch of skirts and then hits the pins. And then all the nihilists are there with big scissors trying to cut off his dick. And then we see the cops have picked him up. And he gets accosted by the head of the sergeant or whatever. He says, I don't like your jerk off name. I don't like your jerk off name, Lebowski. Stay out of Malibu. Then he has to take a cab back to wherever he's going. And the guy's playing the Eagles. And I love this. He's like, I've had a bad day. Can you please stop playing the fucking Eagles? I hate the Eagles.
I appreciate that.
I love it. He hates the Eagles, so he gets thrown out of the
thrown out of the cab.
thrown out of the cab for yelling about the Eagles. And when he gets thrown out, we see Bunny is alive and well, by herself, driving a convertible, just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
She has all of her toes. Dude finally makes his way back home, and his entire house is trashed now. They've ransacked his whole place.
Looking for the money? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, Maud shows up and says, Jeffrey, take me. So they bang.
Yep.
Yep.
And she's like, so have you had any luck finding the money after they had sex? And he's like, yeah, I think the kid's got it. He still thinks the kid has it.
Does the kid not have it?
No, he doesn't. I don't know why the test is in the seat, but the kid does not have it, right? Because
Right.
the money was the
money was never there?
the money wasn't in the car. It wasn't in the briefcase at all, as
Yeah,
we
it was
find out
never in
later.
the-
So he
yeah.
doesn't have money. But he still thinks at this point he
Yeah,
still thinks
nobody
the
has
kid
money.
has money. Maud says Big Lebowski doesn't actually have any money. It's all money from the foundation. He has an allowance that she gives him. She has all the money.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually broke.
Meanwhile, she's like laying in the bed with her legs up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
doing
doing
some weird
like-
stuff.
It helps conception or something.
What are you doing over there? Why are you being weird? Well, I'm trying to conceive. What?
Yeah.
Well, before you go on, I don't want you to be involved, and I don't want money for you or to raise the kid in any way.
Okay.
All right, sure, sounds
And then
great.
he's like, oh, that's why I went to the doctor.
Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, he got his balls checked. Finally, Lebowski figures out something's up because the guy had no money. He took $1 million out of the foundation to give himself, not for Bunny's ransom. So he calls Walter and says, I need you. It's an emergency. Walter says, I can't. It's Shabbos. It's like, pick me up or I'm off the goddamn team because he doesn't have a car anymore. His car's trashed. In all this journey, there's a car behind him, this whole movie, there's this blue car behind him. So finally, he gets out and confronts this guy. And he's like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm a dick like you." And he's like, "What?" He's also a private eye. He thinks Lebowski's a private eye who's a genius who's playing both sides. He's been trying to find Bunny because her parents. She ran away from home, and her parents are trying to find Bunny. We see the nihilists ordering pancakes. And their sister has a missing toe. Or their friend.
Girlfriend, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Find
one of
out
the nihilists.
the
yeah.
case was empty. The money was kept by Big Lebowski. We see dude argue with Walter. It says, you stop being Jewish after a divorce. You don't just stop being Jewish. Yes, you do. You stop doing it after your wife divorces you. Bunny is back at home. She's naked, about to go in the pool. And they're like, we know you kept all the money, and you're a fake. And then Walter says, because Big Lebowski's in a wheelchair, he says, this guy fucking walks.
Yeah.
And picks him up and drops him on the ground because he does definitely not walk. He needs a wheelchair. And he just whines and cries. And they're like, I guess we'll go bowling again. So they go back to bowl. Jesus yells at everybody, and then the nihilists confront everybody to try to get money. They burn Big Lebowski's car. Finally, his car is dead.
His
car is officially dead.
Destroyed.
They burn it, and they confront everybody, and they yell at each other in the parking lot. And Donnie falls over and dies of a heart attack when the car is on fire. And they're like, "We're gonna take. Where's the money, Lebowski?" And he's like, "I don't have. There was no money." He's like, and then the nihilists say, "All right, fine. Give us all the money on you." And Lebowski's got his wallet. He's like, "All right, I got 4. I got 5." And Walter's
Now
like,
he's got like a 20. He's like,
I got
20,
his
dude."
money. And Walter says, "I'm not giving him any fucking money." And meanwhile, they can get out of this for $25. It's
he's
really
gonna fight
nothing, but he's gonna fight anyway.
What is it? The one guy has a sword,
Yeah,
right?
this guy has a fucking sword. They're fucking cowards. They're not gonna do anything. So Donnie dies of the heart attack.
Yeah, that's sad. It's a bummer.
They chase all the bad guys away.
Yeah, they start beating him. Or what's his name?
Walter hits a guy
Walter
in
with
the
the bowling
balls
ball.
with a bowling ball and then bites another guy's ear off.
He
In the
yells
fight.
out, what do you say?
More Vietnam stuff, I think.
Fucking nihilist or fucking kraut or something like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
They chase him off. Donnie dies of the heart attack. And then the next scene is them at the funeral home.
Fucking anti-Semite. That's what he
Yeah.
says.
Right. The next scene is them at the funeral home trying to make arrangements for Donnie, and then like $180 for an urn. He's like, "Well, you need a receptacle." I like
That is our most modestly
That's our
priced
modest-
receptacle.
modestly priced receptacle. Is there a Rouse nearby? They buy a coffee mug and empty it and put the ashes in that. And then they go to scatter the ashes, and it's like a lovely little thing. He was a surfer. Donnie was a surfer, so they're gonna scatter the ashes in the ocean.
Too many men of his age. He's gone too young.
Yeah.
Like the good men at Guangdong, and he goes, "Stop it."
So Walter scatters the ashes, but they all pour onto Dude's face,
So he throws them into the wind.
and they all
Because they're at the top of a cliff on the ocean. The wind's coming straight in your face.
and the dude is pissed. He's covered in ashes now. He's so mad. He's yelling at Walter. Walter, you just fuck everything up. You're the worst. And then he hugs him and he goes, "Fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling." So then we see Dude and narrator hang out again, and everything's good. And he's like, "Take it easy, dude." And Dude says, "The dude abides." And the narrator says, "I take comfort in that." And that's where it ends.
Yeah, and that's when
Everybody-
that's the end where he's like, "I'm here for the tournament."
Yeah,
I
everybody
really do
wins.
hope these guys win.
Everybody wins, and it is a bowling movie.
It's not a bowling movie.
It's definitely
It
a
is
bowling
not
movie.
a bowling.
It's definitely
movie.
a bowling movie. The best bowling movie of all time. All right. Time for Quote Mountain? There's a lot of quotes here.
There is.
So many.
A lot of quotes here.
I do like one that's not quote mountain, but like you said, the other one that's funny. When Maud is like checking him out, trying to decide if she wants to have his kid or whatever. Says, "What do you do for recreation?" He goes, "Oh, the usual. I bowl, drive around, the occasional acid flashback."
Walter, I love you, but sooner or later you're going to have to face the fact you're a goddamn moron.
When the one thug holds up the bowling ball and says, "What the fuck is this?" Obviously, you're not a golfer. From the dude.
I feel like it's got to be Walt or Donnie, maybe.
Which Donnie quote?
I don't know.
I like this one from the dude. "Mr. Treehorn treats objects like he treats women, man." Wait.
I like when the dude and Walter are talking and Donnie just keeps going. They say something about like the Beatles or something like that. "I'm the walrus." And they keep talking. "I am the walrus." And they keep talking. "I am the walrus." Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
That might be the most quotable
Shut the
thing
fuck
in the
up,
movie is
Donnie.
that,
Shut
yeah.
the fuck up, Donnie. Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here.
That's a good one.
But I like, yeah, shut the fuck up, Donnie.
I mean, that is the most quotable
Okay.
thing, I think.
All right. I
Or
like it.
that's just your opinion, man.
Why do you use so many cuss words? What the fuck are you talking about? All right, shut the fuck up, Donnie. Congratulations to you. You go to quote mountain. Got any stats?
Or Mike Ray, it was nobody sexes with the Jesus.
Nobody sexes with the Jesus. Yes, as everybody
Nobody
says.
fucks with the Jesus.
Nobody messes with the Jesus. Would have been better, but I like sexes. Stats and goofs. You got any goofs for me?
No.
There's a bunch of stuff in the background where people are supposed to be in different places. The biggest goof I saw was when he scribbles on the pad and sees the drawing of the guy with the dick.
Oh,
He
yeah.
crumples it up and puts it in his pocket.
Yeah.
And then when he's being accosted by the cops, he opens his wallet and it's folded up neatly in the wallet. So there's not too many there. I
Yeah,
guess, for
it's
stats
just a
and
bunch
goofs.
of stuff like this
Like,
didn't happen
yeah.
until 4 years later.
Yeah. All right, most valuable player of the movie. Brant.
Who?
Seymour
No,
Hoffman.
it's not Brant.
Oh.
He's good,
Is
but
that
it's
his
not.
name?
Brant.
What about maybe Walter?
Her life is in your hands, dude. Walter's good.
Walter or the dude
Is this a
dude,
rare
yeah.
movie where the best character is
the
the
main
main
guy?
guy?
character.
I think it is.
I think
The
it
dude?
is. I think it's the dude.
Okay.
The
I'm okay with that.
dude.
Final verdict?
I do also very much like the stranger in his very small
Yes,
part,
he's great.
but-
Final verdict score?
Hmm.
Final verdict? Give me a 9.5.
Bull.
Wow,
Shit.
I like it, but not that much.
Bullshit.
So now I got to go like 4 to balance you.
9.5. Bill, what are you gonna go
I love this movie. What's wrong with this movie?
It's a good movie.
with? It's not. It does not fit the criteria.
That's true.
It's still a good,
As a movie,
like,
I'll give
as
it
movie.
a 7.4.
Okay.
What?
Because
It's
it
good.
does not fit the criteria.
No, that's not part of the scoring.
I
Yes,
just
it
think
does.
it's a good
This
movie.
movie.
I don't think it's as great as you think it is.
I love
Clearly.
this movie.
Considering I still don't fully understand it, even after watching it like 3 or 4 times and going through it.
Big Lebowski pretended to do this and took the money himself
Yeah.
from the foundation,
Okay.
right?
But then I don't understand all the Jackie Treehorn stuff, the nihilist stuff. Like, how were the nihilists even involved if
They were
didn't
hooking up
know?
with Bunny.
Treehorn.
Yeah, but how do they know that to get in? Whatever. I will give it
He's going sub 5 here.
no.
You can't go sub 5. Come
I'll
on.
give it a 7.
Jesus Christ.
It's a good movie. It's not one of the best movies ever.
It's one of my favorites.
Gives it a 7.93 repeat or 7.96 repeating.
That's up there.
So 7.9
Okay.
out of 10. That is
You
right
don't understand
behind.
how rounding works, but okay.
That is right. Well, because it's right behind. It's right behind A League of Their Own. So
You don't understand how rounding works. So
A League of Their Own is at 8.0. So this deserves to be behind A League of Their
So
Own.
does this put it fourth overall?
I think so.
That's tough.
That sounds about right.
tough.
You could put this above a League of Their Own. I wouldn't argue with you.
Yeah.
If it fit the criteria, sure.
It is
Wow.
not. That's true. It is not a bowling movie.
Thank you.
That shouldn't affect your score.
That does affect the score
But how?
because this is the
It
whole
didn't affect my
point.
score. I just thought it was a good movie.
It's the whole.
Why is it
point-
affecting your score?
It's a whole point of our podcast is to do
It's a
sports movies.
It's a sports
movies.
It's about bowling.
You said even before we started,
Bowling.
it can't just have sports in it. It has to be focused on the sport.
Still, it's focused on bowling. It starts on bowling and ends on bowling. Anytime there's a problem, they go back to the bowling alley and fix it. The
go
big
bowling,
fight,
dude.
bowling alley. They use a bowling ball in the fight.
I would like to go bowling.
I went
It's been a
bowling
long time.
Within the last month, I've been
Yeah, I
bowling.
went.
Really?
I went recently. It's fun. I still suck. I'm still like a 98.
goal is to
still
break
98.
100.
Still 98.
That's about right.
Still can't break 100.
Oh, I
All right.
break 100 most every time, but not by a lot.
All right. Next review is on who? Wally?
It is on me.
What are you going to do?
We
Spin the
are
wheel, make a deal?
Spinning the wheel, making a deal.
Well, it's actually spinning. He's showing us.
Yep. What did it come up with?
The one you don't have one for, baseball.
Baseball.
Oh, come on. We have literally done 6 baseball movies.
Yeah, I know,
Spin it
because I've
again.
done like 4 of them.
Spin it again, then.
All right, we're spinning again.
We make the rules.
You
we
did say. Oh no, you said you
took
didn't
like
have
6
baseball.
weeks off. We can
Yeah.
make the rules.
Well, I could. Yeah, no. We're spinning because we've done 2. Hide the choice.
Baseball. It is.
One more
If
time.
this comes up as baseball after you hit it, you have to do baseball.
Yeah, you're required.
Oh,
Baseball. Basketball.
It's basketball.
Space Jam
Okay.
LeBron.
Basketball.
Please don't.
No. I believe it is. Oh, shoot. I didn't check this one to see if it was still on Hulu, but let me see.
Like Mike. Ooh, original Airbud.
Airbud.
It's no golden receiver. But
This is supposedly on Hulu. It is from 1992. Any guesses?
Are we supposed to guess?
You wanna get
A
any?
1992
Blue Chips?
basketball movie?
Yeah, no. And yes, that's the yep.
Wait, yes, it's Blue Chips?
No, it is not Blue Chips. I said
Oh.
yes to your question about a 1992 basketball movie
Oh,
because yes, I
okay.
just said that.
I was just repeating it so I could think.
I will give you the
Glory Hole Part 2.
third bill person, Rosie Perez.
White Men Can't Jump.
White men can't
Wait,
jump.
we're doing it now?
We're doing it now.
Why not? We're like, what are we, 30 things in here?
27. This will be number 27. Yeah.
This episode is 27. The next one's 28.
I don't know. I think I have,
When
but I'm
an
not
anniversary?
100% sure if I've seen this or not. I've seen
I've
parts
seen
of it. I don't know if
parts,
I've seen
yeah.
the whole
You're
thing.
going to
or not.
like this if you haven't.
I've
'cause
seen parts at least.
the whole Jeopardy
I know
subplot.
Jeopardy's a big part,
You're
yeah.
going to like that. Wow, I can't believe we're doing this. I love this movie.
I haven't
seen it in a
long
while.
time.
Woody
I haven't seen
Harrelson's
it in a while.
what? This is the 3rd time we've seen him now?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
wow.
so. And he's in a new basketball movie that came out recently. Like, he's another basketball coach.
Is he?
Oh right, he was in
He's in Semi-Pro
Semi-pro.
and then Kingpin.
Yeah.
Kingpin and now this. And he's also in a new basketball movie where he's like a coach of a bunch of reject kids.
Huh.
He just always in sports movies.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson. Okay.
And the Hunger Games.
Oh yeah. I
Does
forgot he
that
was in
count as a sports movie? It's a game.
the greatest game, right?
I've never seen it. I don't know.
Hunting a Man, isn't that the greatest game?
That is the greatest game. Is Hunting
According
Man.
to who said that? I forget.
It was a book.
Yeah.
Or a
Is
short
that what it
story
was?
or something like that.
I did want to challenge a person in real life to it, and I told him he could pick the hunter or hunted. I'd play either way. He declined to take me up on it.
Wow. All right, we're done. Peace out.